This week we talk about our top 10 things from Comic-Con. Stay tuned for my Nerdly News Comic-Con edition. First thing I want to talk about is the Justice League trailer. So the Justice League trailer dropped on Saturday in Hall H and it brought down the house. This is actually a really long trailer. I believe it's almost about 4 minutes, and you got a lot of really great shots and a lot of build-ups to some of the things that are going to be happening in this movie. So it looks like they're really trying to feature Wonder Woman in this trailer. She was the first person that you see in the trailer. You see her in action and you see her doing her regular day job. So they're definitely doubling down on the Wonder Woman and making her that focal point after the success of Wonder Woman this summer in theaters. So I did like that we saw a lot of shots of all the different characters doing their thing. One of the things that I really didn't like, and what seems to be the theme of this, and this is just kind of frustrating, is the fact that we have this underlying tone the whole time, where is Superman, where is Superman? It's not really about Steppenwolf and his character as the big bad. It's about where is Superman, where is Superman? So that's really kind of something I was not liking about the trailer, but I mean, it's still a great trailer all in all. The Flash, Ezra Miller, he looks great. He's definitely going to be the comic relief, going to be kind of a traditional Flash type character. I'm really enjoying what he's going to be bringing to the role, so I'm really excited about that. As a longtime Flash fan, he was my favorite comic book character as a kid, so I'm really excited to see what he does with the character. It looks like he's going to do a great job. There's a little teaser at the end when you don't know who's coming. It's probably obviously going to be Superman who's talking to Alfred, but I'm really hoping it's one of the Green Lanterns. Like, I really want a Green Lantern to be in this first movie before that Green Lantern Corps movie drops in a couple years. So I'm really hoping it's a Green Lantern. I don't think it's going to be, but that's who I hope it was. It could be Superman. I honestly hope that maybe it's like Nightwing. I don't think that that's going to be a thing that could possibly happen either, but maybe since he's talking to Alfred, maybe, you know, Nightwing comes out of the shadows and comes back to help Batman and stuff. So there's a couple options there. Obviously the big one's going to be Superman, with maybe one of the Green Lanterns coming in second, and then way down the list we would have a Nightwing type character, but I don't think that that's going to happen. So I'm really excited for this movie. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this trailer and how excited you are for the Justice League movie. So the next thing I want to talk about is Ready Player One. I really enjoyed this trailer, especially since I don't really know much about Ready Player One. I plan on reading it before the movie comes out. It looks like it's going to be pretty epic. It's got a lot of pop culture references. Steven Spielberg's directing the movie. In the books, all of his type movies and things like the Indiana Jones and things like that are heavily referenced, so it makes complete and total sense that he's the person who's going to be directing this movie. So it'll be really interesting to see. I will put a link to this trailer down in the comments so you can check that out if you haven't seen it. It looks awesome, so let me know in the comments what you think about this trailer. So the next thing I want to talk about, the big thing that I was looking forward to, because I'm really into the DC TV universe. I love what they're doing with all of these shows. We got a lot of trailers for the new DC TV shows. We got season 4 of Flash, season 3 of Supergirl, season 6 of Arrow. We got season 3 of Legends of Tomorrow. We got a Black Lightning trailer. Like, we got a lot of new footage of what's going to be happening in all these different series, and they look pretty great. I'm just going to do quick hits of what I think for these different series. So with Arrow, I'm really excited because I'm really interested to see a different kind of Green Arrow, a different kind of Oliver Queen, with this whole concept of him actually being a dad. I'm really interested to see what that will bring to the character. I think that will allow some of these other characters to have different arcs. Like, I think they're teasing this like old Black Canary versus new Black Canary kind of situation that's going to open up the realm for different possibilities without this whole all the time brooding Oliver Queen. So I'm really looking forward to that aspect of Arrow this season. When it comes to the Flash, I'm just really kind of curious how they're going to bring Flash back. And I'm also really excited for the fact that I think this is going to be the first season where a speedster is not the main villain. I'm actually really excited about that. The whole speedster versus Flash thing, like, it was just getting old. I understand a lot of his villains are speedsters, but it was just kind of getting old, so I'm looking forward to that. Let me know what you think about that change in the comments below. I'm really interested what you think. Do you like it? Do you not like it? So let me know down in the comments. Supergirl was an interesting trailer because it didn't give us much. Like, I have no idea what is going to happen in this show, but it looks like it's going to be taking a darker turn based on the trailer. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think that would be a kind of a weird direction to go. I don't understand how that would work. I mean, if you did it for one season, half season, I guess it could possibly work. You have some characters that aren't coming back, like apparently Samverse apparently is not going to be heavily involved in this season. just a couple of cameos every now and then. So it will be really interesting to see what they decide to do with this character. I'm still really excited. I really enjoyed last season. Once they introduced Martian Manhunter, I was on board with this show. So I'm really excited to see what happens. Let me know down in the comments what you think might be happening. If you have any speculation, if you know anything that I'm missing, please let me know down in the comments. I'd love to talk to you about it. So I'm really excited for Legends of Tomorrow because it looks like they've totally messed up time and they had to like fix all these mess ups that they did. So I'm really excited because it looks like this is just gonna take us all over the place. And I actually really enjoy this team. The Legends of Tomorrow team is actually one of my favorite DC TV shows to watch. So I'm looking forward to see how they handle that this season. Obviously we have a new big bad in this season. I don't really know much about that character, but it's going to be interesting to see how the arc goes through all of this. So yeah, I'm really excited for season 3 of Legends of Tomorrow. So last but not least, we got a new trailer for Black Lightning, and this looks amazing. I'm so excited to see what they do with this character. So what we have is Black Lightning is what the trailer is showing us is that we have a character who used to be a superhero, almost gets himself killed, hangs up his cape, hangs up his gloves, and then ends up having to come back a few years later to take up the mantle again as Black Lightning because the neighborhood or the area needs him. So it's going to be really interesting to see what they do with this show. It will be interesting to see what kind of crossovers we get with some of the other DCEU shows. So I'm really excited for that. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this Black Lightning show, and I will definitely put a link to that trailer down in the description. So keeping with the DC, we're going to get the DC stuff done right now again. So my next thing when it comes to DC is they announced some movies, their movie lineup going forward, and I have to say I'm actually pretty excited for a lot of these movies. So the 3 movies that I want to really draw focus on right now is they're doing a Justice League Dark movie. I'm really excited about this. I was a huge fan of Swamp Thing when I was a kid. For whatever reason, it was so weird, but I really love Swamp Thing, and he's part of this Justice League Dark team. So I'm really excited for that. Obviously, I want to see some kind of magician or sorcery in the DC universe. So they're going to bring Satana in, so that will be really cool to see. It'll be cool to see some Constantine and things like that. So I'm really excited to see who they're going to cast for this stuff. Let me know who you think would be good cast members for this. Good picks for these certain characters. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do. Obviously, they announced officially Wonder Woman 2. They're making Wonder Woman 2. There's no surprise there, as well as it did at the box office. Everybody's loving Gal Gadot right now. We obviously knew a couple other things, like there's Nightwing movie, Batgirl movie, we have Gotham City Sirens. But the other thing that they announced, which is going to be really interesting, there's a lot of speculation about what they're actually going to do with this, is the Flash movie is going to be based on Flashpoint. So if you don't know what Flashpoint is a comic book arc where the Flash goes back in time and saves his mother, and because he saves his mother, it changes time completely. So he ends up back in the future. He is not the Flash. He doesn't have his powers, but his mom is alive. So he has to go through this whole process of trying to fix time. There's a huge civil war happening between 2 huge factions in the DCEU. I don't want to spoil it too much, but that's what's happening. America doesn't really know what to do. The best superhero in the world is Cyborg right now. Batman is different than the typical Batman that we have seen. So and that would be interesting to see. Superman is nowhere to be found. It's a really, really, really great story arc for DC. I love this comic. It's one of my favorite DC comics. But there's a lot of speculation on what this could mean, because they could use this to kind of reboot the universe. There's a lot of talk right now that maybe Ben Affleck doesn't really want to play Batman anymore, and this would allow them to be able to transition a new actor in as Batman. So this is really interesting to see what they're going to do this. I like this move. It's a great story arc. The only story arc I would rather see them do would be Injustice, but they probably won't ever be able to do Injustice. Let me know down in the comments what you think about Flashpoint. I know we've seen Flashpoint a little bit in the DC TV universe, but it wasn't exactly the same. It didn't have the bigger elements brought into it. So let me know in the comments what you think, and I will definitely talk to you guys about that. I'm just so curious as to what you think about this move from DC. Alright, so moving on to some Marvel news. So we had another Thor trailer drop, and I am so much more excited about this movie. I was already hyped up about this movie. I've had a lot of conversations with people that think that this is going to immediately be up there as one of the better Marvel movies. Obviously, it looks like we're gonna have like a superhero team up with Thor, Loki, Hulk, and Valkyrie, so that's gonna be kind of the main team. They're going up against Hela, the Goddess of Death, Kate Blanchett looks fantastic as Hela. I love how all of the villains and everybody in Asgard just has the fancy hats. Like, I love it. It's going to be so awesome to see this movie. I'm looking forward to see that Thor versus Hulk fight. Obviously, they've been teasing that for a while, so it's going to be really, really interesting to see. And the big thing we saw here is Hulk actually can talk in full out Hulk form. So Bruce Banner can, when he's the Hulk, he actually can talk. He doesn't speak in like fluent, complete sentences, but he's actually giving out thoughts. So this is going to be really interesting to see how much talking he actually does for this movie. So I'm really excited about that. Oh, and I'm really excited to see two things about this movie that they have teased a little bit. I'm really so excited to finally see Idris Elba fight as Heimdall in the MCU. I'm so excited for that. That's one thing. And two, I love how they have not ruined the Doctor Strange cameo in this. So this is common knowledge. This is not something, I'm not really spoiling anything here. He is in the movie at some point. We find that out at the end of Doctor Strange with the post-credit scene with Thor, that Doctor Strange is going to be helping Thor and Loki find their father at the beginning of this movie, and they have not shown anything about that. And I love that they have not shown anything about that cameo, because I love how they're starting to tie everything in, getting up to Infinity War. So I'm really excited about that. So let me know down in the comments, what do you think about the Thor trailer? So staying in the MCU, so one of the biggest disappointments, but I think it is obvious why this happened, is that we did not get any new Avengers footage. So at D23, which is 2 weeks ago, they showed the Avengers Infinity War trailer. There's a little bit about it out there on the internet. So if you're really curious, you can go find the information on it. You just really can't find the trailer every single time. Even a leak trailer goes up, they get taken down real quick. But I understand why they didn't drop the Avengers trailer, and I'm actually really glad that they didn't drop the Avengers trailer. And this is going on my list because I thought it was a good move. If you drop the Avengers trailer now, it overshadows the two movies that happened before Avengers, being Thor and Black Panther. So they had a Thor panel, they had a Black Panther panel. Obviously next year they're gonna have an Avengers Infinity War panel, they'll have a whole thing there. So we don't even have to worry about that. But definitely a good move from Marvel's part, not dropping a trailer at the same time they dropped this new Thor. Like, they're really trying to hype up Thor and Black Panther, and that's really what they need to focus on, because the Avengers is not going to need any kind of hype. It's not going to need anything whatsoever. Next thing I want to talk about is the Defenders. So they dropped another Defenders trailer at Comic-Con. I'm loving how this show is looking and shaping up to happen. We have a lot of things that's basically looking like what is happening, and what we're getting from this trailer is that the big bad in this trailer, so Sigourney Weaver's character, is going after all of the Defenders family and the people that are closest to them. We get glimpses of each one of the characters, like close best friend type characters. So we get glimpses of them, and then we also get the Defenders in action again, and them trying to figure out how they coexist, because they're all kind of very independent heroes and things like that. So I'm really excited for this. Sigourney Weaver looks like she's going to be a great character, who is going to really do a good job of just being that, you know, I'm the person, the mastermind behind all of this. So I'm really excited to see where she takes that character. Obviously she's a brilliant actress, so it's going to be awesome seeing that. So one of the things that I'm just personally so excited about, and I'm going to do recaps on the show, I'm so excited for it to come out, is Star Trek Discovery. So they dropped some new footage. I'm so excited. I also saw some pictures of some of like the mock-ups and the things that they had at Comic-Con. So I saw the new Batlift. I saw a picture of that. That looks incredible, the Klingon Batlift. The Klingon armor looks insane. All of the suits and everything that everybody's wearing, I love how nice and clean and streamlined. Like, I love the designs and everything. I'm so excited for this. The Klingons look crazy good. Like, they look awesome. So every single time this series changes, except for like TNG and Deep Space Nine, we had the same kind of looking Klingons. Yeah. But from the original series to TNG, the Klingons look different. Obviously, in the new movies, the Klingons look different. And in this new show, the Klingons are going to look a little bit different as well. But I'm loving their look. I'm loving their armor. I'm loving everything about what's going on with them. I'm glad we're getting back to some of our classic Star Trek villains. I thought that was one of the big problems with Voyager, is that we didn't have any of those classic Star Trek villains other than the quote-unquote Borg. But even the Borg aren't classic Star Trek villains. So I'm really excited we're getting back to good old Federation, good old Klingons. I'm sure we'll get some Romulan stuff in there as well, but I'm glad we're getting back to that. I also like how this looks like it's going to be a continuous story, more like Deep Space Nine, but I think it's going to even be more continuous, like episode to episode to episode to episode. It doesn't look like we're going to be having those one-off episodes that just have nothing to do with the plot or don't bring the story along at all. I'm really excited about that. There's multiple captains here in this show, and the whole show is tied to that lieutenant commander. She's the main character, but we're having multiple ships in this universe that are going to be working together, you know, against the Klingons, so we'll be really interested to see that. And the show comes out September 24th on CBS's All Access channel, so it's going to be online, so you'll be able to pick that up. I'm not sure how much CBS All Access costs, but you'll be able to pick that up and be able to watch those starting September 24th, so stay tuned. Let me know in the comments what you think about this new show. I'm really excited. I hope you are too. I'm going to be doing a lot on this show, on this channel, so stay tuned for that. So the last thing that got me so hyped was the Stranger Things 2 trailer. So we got a good 2-minute trailer. It looks fantastic. So we're gonna break this down a little bit. So what's happening in this is the kids are back and they're dealing with the aftermath of the Upside Down and the Demogorgon and Will getting kidnapped and Barb is dead. Like, we're dealing with the aftermath of all that stuff. 11 is gone. So that's what's happening here. So the first shot you get with the 4 kids, they're in an arcade, they're playing Dragon's Lair, okay? And then Will starts seeing the Upside Down. That's what happens. So obviously this is going to be a big thing. Will is still connected to the Upside Down. 11 is in the Upside Down, so she's there right now. So there's gonna be, I feel like there's going to be big tie-ins between the connections still between Will and 11, so we'll be focusing on that. Obviously, the kids are just dealing with the aftermath and everything's changed. There's a new character that they kind of tease, so there's a redheaded girl. I'm not really sure what she brings to the story. I know a little bit about her character. She apparently moved from California and she's moved to this small town, so she's probably just gonna freaking hate it. They're really focusing on that Halloween thing. It drops October 27th, so get excited for that. But let me know down in the comments what you think. I'm gonna put the trailer down in the comments so you guys, I'm gonna put the trailer down in the subscription so you guys can check that out if you haven't seen it yet. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'd love to talk to you guys about this. I'm so excited for this show. October 27th, stay tuned. So those are my 10 favorite things from Comic-Con this year. I know I missed a lot. There's so much that happens at this event. It is hard to keep track of it all. It is so difficult. Those are just my favorite 10 things, the things that I'm looking most forward to. I didn't say anything about Game of Thrones. I'm going to do some Game of Thrones recaps. Game of Thrones was in there. Obviously, they had their panel. They were doing their thing. I didn't say anything about that, but that's just because I'm just be covering that on its own since that show is right now already going. So I didn't leave out Game of Thrones. Don't freak out, guys. It's there. We're getting it. Yeah, these are my top 10 things. Okay, let me know down in the comments what I missed, what you enjoyed, what you think is going to be awesome. I'm going to love talking with you guys about that. So yeah, let me know down in the comments. And this is Boldly News. My name's Oscar Hampton. Later days.